Over the past few days, there have been some accusations and drama that have recently unfolded and has close ties to the previous situation I have addressed, as it involves the same people. For the 1st of March, I used to chat and make friends in a Discord server for the Minecraft client known as Helix. In this server, there used to be someone by the name of Aspargism, who I thought was friends with me, as we talked occasionally in and out. One day when we were talking normally, a very creepy and weird person comes into the chat and starts calling Aspargism a furry. My only guess is because he had a Shiba Inu for a profile picture. The only things I knew about Aspargism was his username and his Doge profile pic. So the creepy guy saw that I was a furry, and then he claimed that Aspargism was also a furry, even after he repeatedly insisted that he wasn't. The next thing that happened came as a giant shock to me. This random guy sent me an image in direct messages, and it involved two poorly drawn characters doing inappropriate things, and at the top of the image there was a text that said Aspargism x Cryptxy. I was lost for words. At the time, it was so random that I just thought this guy was memeing around, and I ended up ignoring him and shrugging it off to carry on my day as usual. I just couldn't process something like that. A few days later, I was banned from the Helix client Discord due to the drama I had addressed in my previous video, where the same group of people had spread false accusations about me. During this time, Aspargism appeared to be on my side. He helped me gather evidence and screenshots of the things people had said about me. It seemed like he understood how unfairly and bad I was being treated by those people. A few days into the situation, the same guy comes back and says to me that he's going to make another drawing, whether I like it or not. At this point in time, my mental health was degraded to its lowest point in my entire life. It was to the point where I didn't want to live anymore, and every day just felt like it got worse. I just felt like my life was just truly over. I was so terrified of everything and everyone that I made the worst mistake of my entire life. I couldn't work up the courage to tell the artist that what he was doing was wrong, and I had to stop doing it. My mind was filled with so much anxiety and paranoia that I feared what horrible things he may have done to me if I had told him not to do it. I was just laying on my bed hopeless, and I just ended up saying anything just so this person would stop messaging me and leave me alone. I just didn't want to talk to anyone. A few days later, I was talking to Aspargism about the drama that I was in, and he was helping me out. Then out of nowhere, something absolutely terrible happened. This artist came into my DMs again, and he had drawn another picture. I figured after he did this, he would finally leave me alone, and I wouldn't be afraid to block him. The picture absolutely disgusted me. It made me sick. It involved two random looking characters that had looked like they'd been drawn in MS Paint, and the names at the top read Cryptxy x Aspargism 2. The fact that somebody would draw such disgusting imagery involving me and just a simple friend made me sick to the bone. The fact that he knew that we didn't want it, but he still decided to do it anyway. I just wanted to vomit. The artist then sent the same picture to Aspargism. I blocked the artist, and because of that, he ended up showing Aspargism my apparent DMs with him, where it made me look utterly terrible. Well, I was too scared to tell him no, so I basically caved in, and I instead told him anything he wanted to hear, just so he would leave me alone, basically. I'm genuinely incredibly sorry that I let my fear prevent me from saying a simple no. If I had not been an absolute pussy, the situation would have been this less chance of happening, and I'm taking responsibility for that. Aspargism saw and instantly thought that I'd wanted the drawing. This is not the case. I spoke to Aspargism in a call, and I was explaining what truly happened, and he seemed to understand it. After that, he carried on helping me prepare and make my video about the drama, and I thought we had understood what happened was a retarded mistake on my part, and we'd set things aside. When my video went up, it was a success. I was finally able to relax. Afterwards, we were chilling as usual. We were playing Minecraft Skywars and having a generally good time. Soon, I started feeling extremely paranoid. Some people who had been gone for a long time came back into the community and I started receiving weird pings and messages trying to tease me. People were saying weird things to me, making me more and more paranoid to the point I just blocked all DMs and friend requests because the same people just wouldn't leave me alone. Every day I woke up with the fear that people who are my friends are just secretly planning against me, and it kind of hurts. One day I get a DM from someone who I know who isn't even in the same community as me, and they said, "So, who started the Rule 34 of you? That shit is royally fucked up." And I couldn't agree more. But there is now an even bigger problem. Why did the Spargism send that disgusting picture to people? I took that situation incredibly seriously, and now that Aspargism had shared that pic, it seems like the opposite of taking it seriously. In fact, it's pretty bad. That image was drawn against mine and his will, and it had my name in it. Yet he was going around and sharing this pic that has my name in it with other people. I never wanted to see that image, and now other people have to feel sick from viewing it. I confronted Aspargism about it, and he made up some excuse saying he was in a GC with his friends and he trusted them. Remember that these people who he was friends with were the exact same people who were harassing me in my previous video. I should have known that he was up to foul behaviour, pretending to be friends with me in order to play sick mind games, coordinated by the exact same person in my last video, and another person. I know 100% that they've influenced them to behave this way. There is no way that someone who appeared to be helping me against those people would turn around in less than a month and decide to play sick games. Over a day ago, Aspargism sent me a direct message saying this. Why on earth is he doing this? Is it like some sort of terrible attempt at trying to bait me? Like, does he think I'm a pedophile? Like, he kept trying to hit on me and I refused and declined him. Like, rightly so, because that's fucked up. And after he realized that his and possibly his group's plan didn't work, he just then decided to reveal what he was truly up to. He was part of the same team as the other people who were harassing me. The same people who had harassed me in my last video. He then proceeded to call me attention-seeking, obsessive, a narcissist, and British. I know 100% he's been commanded to say this by 2 other people. As when I blocked him, he added me to a GC with the people on this operation to mess around with me. First of all, I don't know how I'm attention-seeking. I try to make friends and I enjoy positive attention, but I don't see how that's a bad thing. Right now, I legit want the opposite of attention. Like, I've turned off my DMs and my friend requests because of the amount of harassment I've got. And the word obsessive being used towards me in a situation is the most hypocritical thing I've ever seen. These are the same people who have hated and harassed me for almost a year now. And they have the audacity to throw the word obsessive at me. They go out of their way to try and make everything as hard as inconvenient for me. These people have a dedicated time out of their lives to target me specifically. After a day, a friend of mine spoke to Aspargism. He said that I asked for that disgusting drawing to be made. I did not. He was just a friend of mine, so I did not even know his age in the first place. Because why would I ask for that drawing? I wouldn't do that. He's literally just a friend of mine. And because I literally never wanted this situation to happen. And I happen to have a partner. Like, why would I do disgusting things involving anything else? Like, I wouldn't, I never have, and I never will. I was also told that he's taken it seriously. You can take a look at what I've showed you and tell me if he seems serious or not. I just personally have a sneaking suspicion he's not taking it as seriously as he should be, and may or may not have some other motives. It's so obvious how the people who've harassed me have influenced him to say these false and slanderous things about me. They've tried to call me a pedo when there's absolutely no chats, nothing I've said ever that has pointed towards me being a pedo. I've made sure to keep chat logs of mine and his DMs. And I'm not using this for leverage, but if you see these people making accusations and rumours about me, please bear in mind the things that these people have done before, clearly seen in my last video. To end this off, I deeply apologise to anyone that I may have let down. I fucked up by letting fear get to me, and I need to do a better job at handling disgusting situations. I've gotten my side of the story across. I hope I've brought a bit more understanding about a situation and I'll be taking a small break to recover mentally and physically from this.